Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen. What people are ready? Must be waiting for me to come on. It's an old habit with everybody, huh? Hi, Vanita. Good to see you. There's Tammy. Everybody and Patricia's on here, and hi, Vanita. And there's my daughter. Um, hi, Vanita. There's another the other Tammy. Let me go ahead and share this out while I'm thinking about it. Hi, good to see you, Tammy. There's Lisa. Let me go share this out, and then I'll ask for a share. Um, Everybody knows that I like to do this because we need to get this. We need to get these out to as many people as we can. Um, Everybody knows that I love to do vegan recipes. Had to wait for it to share out. It wouldn't do it. There we go. Now I'm going to ask for a share. Um, okay, there we go. Now, welcome to everybody that's coming in, and thank you for sharing this out, and thank you for inviting your followers. I love every one of you for doing that. Let me get my apron on real quick. I don't know how I forgot that, but I forgot that real quick. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. I don't like to do this without my apron on in case something happens. Anyway, just grabbed it real quick. This is another chia seed pudding. I was looking for, wow, look at how many people he invited. I have done chia seed pudding before, but this one I have never done a chocolate and peanut butter one. So I thought that I would, and of course everybody knows I use carob. So with that being said, I've got to get me another teaspoon. Let me get a teaspoon here. I put the milk in here already. This is a cup of the unsweetened almond milk that I already put in my jar. I'll put that down so you can see. In my jar. And this is the only thing I could find because my other jars are full. So, okay, I put the milk in there. Now I'm going to put in a quarter cup of chia seeds. Okay, quarter cup of chia seeds. That's a lot of chia seeds if you want to know the truth. I'm going to have to get my 2-cup measure because my 1 cup's dirty. It's up here. Getting a little disorganized. Here it is. These are, okay, quarter cup. Okay. And everybody knows that chia seeds are very healthy. They're filled with omegas. They're very, very healthy for you. And this is going to have to go in the refrigerator overnight. Okay. Oh, thank you, and welcome to Periscope. Welcome to my scopes from Italy. It's amazing. I get them people from all over. Now this is going to be a challenge to get this in here. I may have to scoop it in here. I may just have to do that because it's going to be too hard otherwise. I'm going to get it all over, but for the most part, it'll get in here. And I got to whisk it anyway. I want to get this out of here because I'm not going to be able to. Well, maybe I can. There we go. Did go in there. Got a little bit over here, but chia seeds stick to everything. And anybody that's used chia seeds before, you know how they stick to everything. They stick to your fingers. They stick to. Oh, somebody gave me super hearts. Well, thank you so much. I didn't even notice that. Thank you I don't have a way to super heart your back like Alexis does, but thank you so much for super hearts. I do appreciate that very much. Now, it calls for 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Everybody knows that I don't use cocoa powder. I use carob. So I'll get my tablespoon. I'll put those in here. Oh, thank you, and you too. And this is all going to be whisked together. And if you like chia seed pudding, which I do, I ate my other chia seed pudding up. Although I don't think I'll make any kind of spinach in it anymore. I mean, it looked pretty, but after I started eating it, I thought, well, what did I ever make the spinach for? People said that didn't sound too appealing. It looks good, but no, I'll never make it again. Let me put this back. Save the spinach for other things like salads. Don't put it in pudding. This does not have to be blended up either. Then a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And everybody knows I got to get that out. I forgot to get that out. Here it is. And that's the non-alcoholic. Thank you all for the pretty hearts. Look at those pretty blue hearts or purple hearts. They're very, very pretty. And 2 tablespoons of peanut butter or almond butter. Okay. I'll just, I've got both, but I'll just use the peanut butter. That's what it calls for. This is going to be really good. I just know it. Try to get this out of here. What am I making? I'm making a chocolate chia seed pudding. It's in my title. If you didn't see the title, go back and look at the title because that's what I'm making. It's actually a carob chia seed pudding. It has to be in the refrigerator overnight. I make different things. I've made other chia seed puddings in here before. But never one like this. There's so many different kinds. I looked on Pinterest today. Oh my goodness, there's a whole handful of chia seed pudding recipes that you can make. Coconut, and there's vanilla ones. I just don't have some of the things I need for those. I'll put this back. Okay, I believe that's everything. And 1 to 2 tablespoons of sweetener of your choice. Okay. Let's see. Get that back out, and I can use my. And I'm going to use agave nectar. That's what I'm going to use. Agave nectar. I can use maple syrup. I didn't want to open it up. This was already open, so I'll just use this. That really looks good, even without it mixed up. Of course, we know it has to be mixed up. This goes to my mixer, but I thought, well, it would be a good one to use if I can get it down in here and do this. I might not be able to whisk this too well. Oh no, getting it all over. Well, we'll try. It's just got to get it down in there, and once it's down there it goes. It just wanted to come out. Let me wipe this up first. That powdered stuff makes a mess. I probably should have put it in a bowl, but they said to put it in a container like this and just... There it goes. Now I can whisk it. Once you get it down there. Get that in there. This is going to be deep. A deep color. And I'll have to put it in after I kick it out of the refrigerator to use it. I'm going to have to stir it again. Or whisk it again. As you can see, it's a really pretty color. It's getting it all whisked in there. Some of this peanut butter stuck to the whisk, I can see. I'll try to get some of it off. And then try to go back, and it's gonna stick. Not much we can do about that, but basically it's all down in there. I'll just... This wasn't an easy thing to make, or an easy thing to mix up. There we go. Okay. There. With the exception... Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Let me get a clean off this jar just a little bit. It looks kind of... So it doesn't look so bad, just around the edge. And then I can show it a little bit better when I show it on Facebook. It won't look so bad. hard to get it in there because this is just a skinny mouth. It wasn't. Okay, just don't pay attention to what's on the outside of the jar. Hi, Juan Elizabeth. Here's my, it has to be set in the refrigerator overnight. Yeah, I know. It said to do it in a container. But you know something? If I wanted to, I could get a small bowl out and I could just try to mix it up a little bit better. And then put it in here. I could do that. It said to put it in a container, but let me try it in the bowl and see how it works. And then might be easier to do it now. I just leave it in this bowl, and then you'll be able to see what it looks like, and then I'll put it in this jar later. I'm going to rinse this out. I'll just put it back in here and I'll just leave that rinsed out. Yeah, I should have just done it this way, and then I'll just have to take it and use a funnel and funnel it into that container. I could probably just, but you have to cover it. So I thought I'd use it and put it in that jar because you have to cover it. But there it is. There's the chia seed, the chocolate peanut butter pudding. I know it doesn't look like much yet until it's set up. But, hi Sharon, good to see you. There's my chocolate chia seed pudding. Chocolate peanut butter. Let me go ahead and put this stuff back, and then I'll come right back to you. There we go. Now, like I said, this doesn't, it's really dark, isn't it? It's got 3 tablespoons of carob in it. Anybody wants to know what the recipe is? I can tell you it's got 1 cup of your dairy-free milk, and I use the unsweetened almond milk, a 1/4 cup of chia seeds, 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, I've got carob powder, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter or almond butter, if anybody's paleo, and then 1 to 2 tablespoons sweetener of your choice, like maple syrup, honey, agave nectar. So I just decided to use agave nectar. So and I think it's going to taste really good. I can take a little spoon. I know it's not set up, but let me take a small spoon and see if I can rinse this off and see if I can get a good of what it might taste like before it's even set up. I know it's going to, without it being set up, the flavors have to come together, and that's because it has to set up. Because we know this looks like water right now, but I believe it'll be okay. Let me go ahead and I'm going to taste this while I'm sitting here or standing here. Different, very good. You got the chocolate and the peanut butter together. Very good flavor. Yeah, I do like agave. I do like agave a lot. Agave is very good. I have the, I'm not sure which color I have. I don't know. This got something got on my, but I've got the organic, and this is the amber raw. They've got different ones. And it's 100% blue agave, and it's non-GMO. And I got this at Walmart. They're not real cheap either. Actually, in a way, I like it somewhat a little bit better than maple syrup, but it is good. Yes, you could try agave. They said honey, agave, or maple syrup. Yes, it did. It did have a scoop. I don't know where I went with the scoop, but it's just such a small scoop anyway that it didn't really matter since I had you measure out enough anyway. And why do I use carob instead of cocoa? Because cocoa has caffeine in it, and I'm a vegan, and I don't use anything with caffeine, so I use carob, which is all natural. It's a all natural product. Where cocoa is not. It's cocoa from the cocoa bean, but there's more to it than just that. So I'd rather use carob. Carob is better anyway. It tastes better. Tastes better to me anyway than your cocoa does. So that's why I use it. It's much easier for me anyway. And like I said, it's all natural. Yeah, it's natural product. I'll get it back out and I'll read it to you. See, it's premium carob powder, and it's dairy free. Let's see, it's non-GMO, and it's certified gluten free. So if anybody's gluten free, which I don't have to be gluten free, but this is a gluten free product, it's all right. It's fine. Ingredients, all it's got is roasted. It's roasted carob powder. Okay, and it does. It's also in a. It's all. It says that it's produced in a facility that does do carob, or soy. But this is a. Like I said, it's non-GMO. You can see that it says right there, non-GMO, gluten-free, and it's premium, and it's dairy-free. Let's see. I'm gonna show that if I can find that in here where it says what it is, but I know it's no dairy in here. Better. Oh, you're welcome. Better than chocolate, much better. Erlene can testify to that. She uses carob as well. It tastes much better than chocolate. You don't have to have chocolate. My thing is, I grew up with chocolate my whole life, and then when I went to carob, it was quite a bit different. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Here's my. I put it in the jar the first, and then I put it back in this bowl to mix it. But this is the. Yes, this is naturally sweet. This is naturally sweet. Well, your cocoa powder is not. You don't have to have that much sugar with this. So it's naturally sweet. You guys say, it says Chatfield's carob powder is caffeine free, a healthy substitute for cocoa powder. The distinctive flavor of this pure carob powder is sure to be savored as a steaming cup of creamy carob latte are used to create your favorite baking recipes. Sweeten your life naturally. That's what it says. So this comes from the carob plant. And I'm not sure exactly what country grows it. I don't think it's over here in the United States, but I'm not really too sure. But I've used carob for quite some time. And if you want to know where to get this, you can get this on Amazon. That's where I got mine. When this can is gone, it's getting down now, but when he's got that much left. When it gets down a little further, then I'll order it from Amazon, because I use enough of it. Anything calls for chocolate. There's a recipe I want to make one of these days. And I have to let my bananas ripen a little bit, but I want to make a chocolate banana bread. Yeah. Yes, it does. And I had 3 tablespoons, and look how dark it made it. Oh, yeah, Vanita. Yes, vegan brownies, absolutely. Yes, you would. Very, very much so. Right. Yes, banana bread. I found one on Pinterest. I printed it out. It's chocolate banana bread. I got the recipe right here. Now, where's it at? Oh, yeah. This, I printed it out. It's gluten-free, and vegan and refined sugar-free. I'll be making that as soon as my bananas get a little riper. I just bought them, so they're not real ripe. You have to have ripe bananas. 2 of them, I believe, I think. 2 very ripe bananas. But that'll be a simple recipe to make it, and I just put it in my oven, or my, there. But try to make your own things if you can. I know Vanita, she's now making things and posting them up on my Vegans Facebook page. And I do apologize, Vanita, for not getting that up there right away, because I didn't go into Facebook much yesterday, so I didn't check my vegan page. But I'm trying to be a little bit more observant and check it a little bit more. And because they changed the way where you find things now, so it's not automatic for me. So I have to go hunt for it. But at least it's up there, and it looks really good. I'm sure, like you said, you could do that with blueberries as well. You know, anything you want to make, it would, because she made some muffins, and they look absolutely luscious. I like coming in here and making different things. Like I said, I've made different chia seeds pudding before. I made a regular chocolate chia seed, but it didn't have peanut butter in it. This is going to have a distinctive flavor, because you got the peanut butter, and you've got the carob mixed together along with your chia seeds, your milk. It is really, really good. It's healthy. It's more healthy than puddings that you buy in the box. You know, I used to buy Jello pudding out of the box. You look at what's on those boxes. Is that got healthy stuff in it? No. What's in those boxes is not healthy for you. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Here's my chocolate peanut butter chia pudding. I made it in here, and I have to cover it, or else I can just put it back in this jar. Good to see you. Welcome. It's very, very easy to make. Just a very, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 ingredients. Yeah, it was only 6 ingredients, I believe. And it's very simple to make. I didn't have to take my Vitamix this time. And also you can take it and you can put bananas on top. You can put fruit on top. I could probably put that fruit dip on top of this too when I when I fix it or eat it tomorrow, because I can't eat it until tomorrow. This will be for my breakfast because it has to sit in the refrigerator a few hours overnight, because it has to sit up like pudding. But like I said, I used to buy Jello pudding in those packages, like the Jello instant pudding. Look on the back of those boxes and see what's in there. It's nothing you want to put in your body, I can tell you that much. Not a cotton picking thing you want to put in your body. You want something that that is healthy for you. That's why I make my own, because I don't have to guess what's in there. I just look and I know what the recipe said, because I made it with my own 2 hands. And I deviate. Like I said, I deviated on this because it called for cocoa powder, but I use carob. So you deviate, and that's what the recipes are for. Tweak them to your liking, because others are going to use things that I may not use. They'll use cocoa powder. Hi, Kelly. Good to see you. Look at, there is my pudding. My chocolate peanut butter pudding. 3 tablespoons of, that's actually carob. It's actually very, very good for you. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. It's actually very, very good for you. I like making new things. And when I saw this on there, I hadn't really found anything. And when I found this on Pinterest, I thought, well, I might as well go ahead and make this for now, and then I'll find something else for tomorrow. Very simple to make. I like pudding. I mean, I love the chia pudding. It's so healthy for you because it's got the omega-3s in it. It's got very good properties in it. You can take chia seeds. You can put them on your cereal. In fact, I can show you the package. This is what Alex, the one from California, Alex Agape Love, has sent me this. He bought this off of Amazon. It's organic and it's non-GMO, and it's an organic triple omega seed mix. I put this on my cereal. It's got chia seeds, flax seeds, I think, and hemp seeds in it. I just put it right on top of my cereal, and it's really good. It gives it like that crunchy flavor. But it was so nice of him to send me this. Well, he got this off of Amazon. So if anybody's thinking about this, and it's gluten-free as well, and it's also non-GMO. I was really happy when he sent that to me. He told me he was going to send it to me, and when I got it, I started using it. But there's so many things that chia seeds are good for. I mean, I made some chia seed pancakes once. I've never found any chia seed muffins, but there are probably some out there. But you can put chia seeds in a lot of things now that are healthy. Like I said, mix it in your cereal or put it on top of your cereal if you want to. Give it a better flavor. It's omega-3s. They're healthy. And you could get the chia seeds at Walmart, because that's where I got mine, in the container that I had. You can get them at Walmart. They sell them. I was surprised when they started selling them there, because I wanted to buy them there. Because I go to Walmart so much, and I figured, well, I don't have to buy them anywhere else now. I can just get them there, and I do. So what's everybody's weather like today? I know my daughter's got some rain coming. We're about 60 degrees right now. We're kind of on a dry spell right now. My ex-husband called me this morning. He says, well, we're going towards dry. I said, yep, it gets into May, and we don't get any rain until November. It's really sucky, because it stays so dry as a bone, and we don't get any rain until November. I don't like it, but hey, it is what it is. You can't do much about it. So are you hot or what? I know my daughter's probably pretty warm with rain. I don't mind rain. We need it to, for the, keep the grass green, because my grass is going to start dying pretty darn soon. There's no way for me to water it, so it's going to die pretty soon. Unless somebody of my neighbors come over and water it for me, which I doubt. But, everybody just doesn't even worry about it during the summertime. But I'm glad that we're going towards summer now. We're getting a lot warmer. Where I don't want to be in my kitchen quite as much. So I'm trying to find things to make that I don't have to stand over the stove or stand over and be in here too long because it gets hot. So anything that I can avoid lighting the oven, because the oven seems to make my house hot. Now, my convection oven does not do that. It stays pretty cool with the convection oven. I don't have to worry about that. Hi, Sabrina. Good to see you. Welcome. But it makes my house so hot, and I really don't want to use it anymore. And I'm kind of glad it doesn't work anyway, so I don't want to use it this summer. I like baking, but hi, I like baking, but not if it's going to get my kitchen all hot, because the house is hot enough as it is. It's hot enough outside without having to worry about getting my house hot because of the oven. Welcome back, Benita. You must be having a hard time staying on again. So if anybody hasn't joined my vegan Facebook group, feel free to join it. It's Karen's Vegan Heaven. Hi, Carrie. Good to see you. Those that are coming in, you can see my carob peanut butter chia pudding. It's actually very healthy for you. Chia seeds are very, very healthy. They got the omega-3s, and something you should have. Flax seeds are good for you as well. So I'm glad I found this recipe. You know me, I'm always finding new recipes on Pinterest to make things, because I find that Pinterest has a lot more to choose from. There are some on Yumly, there are some on All Recipes, there's some other places as well, but I find Pinterest is the best place to find recipes because it seems like it's an unlimited amount. I can look for hours until I find what I really want, especially when I start looking at the recipes. Yes, I do that too. I use that as well as I use chia. You can use chia to make eggs as well, in case you didn't know. It's the same amount. It's 1 tablespoon of flax and chia, I think, to 3 tablespoons of hot water, and then you just leave it sit. You stir it and then leave it sit for about 10-15 minutes and it becomes gelatinous. Yeah, I use that too for eggs. Some people also use applesauce as a substitute for eggs. Yeah, chia seeds is a real good substitute for eggs as well. And I do that more than I do flax meal. It's very healthy. Just take 1 tablespoon of chia seeds to 3 tablespoons of water, stir it, and then leave it sit and let it get gelatinous and use that as your egg. Very good. Yeah, I didn't think a lot of people knew about the chia seeds. Yeah, oh, I know you did use applesauce. Now, if you'd have had chia seeds, you could have used that too. Yeah, I've used applesauce as a substitute too. You could also, they say you can use bananas for a substitute for eggs. I didn't know that either, but I was reading up one day and they said you can use bananas, you can use applesauce, but I prefer chia seeds or flax meal because I think they're the better alternative, in my opinion anyway. I use chia seeds more for making the eggs than I do the flax meal. Oh, you haven't tried that? Yeah, I haven't either. I know they say that you can, but I haven't tried using bananas for it either. You just have to do what's best for you. I just happen to like chia seeds best for eggs, depending on how many eggs you want. If it's 2 eggs, then it's 4 tablespoons of chia seeds to 6 tablespoons of water. Oh, no, you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to use banana as a substitute for eggs. I mean, some people have. I don't think Arlene does either. I think she uses applesauce. Oh, it does keep freezing on you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it keeps doing that, Tammy. It's not freezing for me. Is it depixelated or anything? You must have a bad internet connection. My daughter's still in here, so it must be good for her. But I like using chia seeds whenever possible. Oh, good. I don't want to keep going. I know Alexis had problems this morning too. I saw her replay and she was on twice again because yesterday and today she's had trouble trying to stay on. It would freeze and it would be pixelated. But on the replay, I didn't find anything wrong, so I just watched it. Yeah, I think Periscope has been acting up lately. Good. I'm glad. Because I'm going to keep going. I don't want to stop this because I want to keep going. But it's best to try to make your own foods if at all possible. Avoid processed foods. Since processed foods go through a lot for processing, good. Go through a lot for processing. And if you realize what they did for processing, you wouldn't want to eat the processed foods. It's a lot better to eat your own or make your own and not worry about the processing of it. I really don't eat relish much. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I don't eat it much. That's the thing. I haven't found a recipe to put relish in it. I think it's an acquired taste, so I really can't say yes on that, and I can't say no because I haven't had it in a long time. I used to eat it a long time ago, but I haven't eaten it since I've been a vegan. So I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I just haven't. But I do use salsa, and somebody was asking yesterday about Worcestershire sauce. I did find it. Like I said, I got mine in Fred Meyer, and it's up in the cupboard. It's organic Worcestershire sauce that I used for the one recipe that I made, and it made it really good. That's hard to find. I know Walmart does not carry it, but anything that calls for Worcestershire sauce, I know where to get it. Oh, you were the one that asked me, Benita? I thought you were. Let me show you which one I have. This is the one. It's organic, and it's Annie's Worcestershire sauce, and it's non-GMO. This is really good. I like it. I like it a lot. I got this enough. You have a Kroger's in your area. I got this. We have a store called Fred Meyer's, and they were bought out by Kroger's. So I go in there periodically, and that's where I found this, because nobody else seems to have it. Walmart doesn't have it. Winco doesn't have it, because I go there and shop quite often. Oh, it does have anchovies in it. Oh, you're going to look for it? Yeah, it's called Annie's. It's real good. It does have apple cider vinegar in it. There's not much you can do about that. You can't really taste that. I don't like things with apple cider vinegar, but I got it anyway because it's organic and it's non-GMO. So, because there's some stuff I need for Worcestershire sauce, like a vegan meatloaf, because you need, for this top part, you want Worcestershire sauce. Well, now I have it, and I know where to get it. But it's hard to know exactly what to buy anymore because it's man. Well, maybe your regular Worcestershire sauce has anchovies in it, but this does not have anchovies in it whatsoever. Not at all. It's got soy sauce in it, water, soybeans, wheat, salt. Well, it says alcohol, but I don't think it's much. Cane sugar, tamari paste, sea salt, cornstarch, xanthan gum, which is supposed to be real good too. Dried cilantro. Oh no, it was a vegetable. I can't see. It's cloves. Oh, garlic, cloves, and dried chili peppers. So it's an organic. Because it's fermented. But if it's in something, I can't avoid that. But as far as putting it in a recipe myself, I don't put it in there. I don't use it. But if it's in something like this, there's not much I can do about that. They probably didn't put very much, but I wish I hadn't put any. But it's hard to buy things without apple cider vinegar and the stuff that you really don't use. I try to avoid it, but there's not much you can do about it. I have to stick with it. This is actually really good Worcestershire sauce. I really like it. Tastes has a real good flavor to it. I can't remember what I made with it, but it ended up something I made in the Instant Pot or my quick cooker, I believe. But it's hard to buy everything that you can and stick with that, not using your apple cider vinegar. So and I try to avoid getting anything that has eggs in it. I know a lot of the pasta has eggs in it, but the lasagna I used the other day did not have any eggs in it. That's got rice and corn. So it's hard to know exactly what to use, but you got to be real careful. Just look at your ingredients and see what's in there. And I try to buy egg-free noodles. They have egg-free noodles at Walmart, so I'll buy those because I like making noodles once in a while. And I can put them probably in the quick cooker too, but I get them egg-free because I don't want the egg noodles. So I'm real careful. I try to be a little as careful as I can be because those that don't know me, I don't eat eggs. I don't eat cheese, the regular cheese. I don't drink dairy milk. Don't eat meat. Well, including your fish, meat, eggs, cheese, and your milk, basically. We don't, because it's vegans, we're plant-based, and that's what we stick with. I don't feel I need it. Yeah, they're starting to get a lot better. They are. They're starting to get a lot of organic products. They're starting to get some plant-based stuff in at Walmart now. Because I'm going down this one aisle and there's plant-based stuff that they didn't have before, which I think is awesome to put plant-based food in there on their shelves. It was from Loma Linda, and I could not believe it. Like that tuna I showed you the other day, that's from Loma Linda, and it tastes just like tuna. You can also get that at Amazon, because I looked it up on Amazon, and they also sell it there. Hi, Missy. Here is my carob. It's actually carob, peanut butter, chia pudding, and I'm going to put it in a container and covering it up and put it in the refrigerator overnight, because I probably could put a plastic thing over this too. It's very simple to make, only 6 ingredients. I'm going to post it up on my vegan Facebook page so people can make it themselves. Very simple to make, not hard to make at all. A lot healthier than what you could buy, than the pudding you buy in the store. Your powdered pudding you buy in the boxes. I used to buy them all the time. Jello, the same thing. I make my own Jello. All you do, and I have a Jello recipe, and I made it a while back. You just have your fruit juice and a few other ingredients. And I don't know what the recipe is right offhand, but get your grape juice, apple juice, or whatever, and make that as your basis for your Jello, and make your own Jello. And when it sets up just like the Jello that you buy in the box, because we know what the Jello has in it. It has pig stuff in it. You don't want that. You don't want pig stuff in your Jello. Put that in your body. So that's why I don't buy Jello anymore. I used to make it when I was younger. When my husband and I first got married. How do you make a gel? When it sets up in the refrigerator, it automatically sets up in gels. It sets up just like a regular Jello. After you get done making it, it sets right up, because I had some before. Oh yeah, the agar. Yeah, right. The agar is what helps it gel up. Yeah, the Jello, I think there's agar in it and helps it gel up, because it's a thickening agent, and that's what helps it thicken. And when you put it in the refrigerator, it gels. It gels right up like your Jello, and it's wiggly, just like your Jello. It's a lot healthier for you than what you buy in the store. Those box Jellos, I wouldn't buy them anymore. Make your own Jello. In fact, if you go back on my Periscopes, you'll find that Jello recipe. You can also go on my vegan Facebook page. I made the Jello and I posted it up there to see what the recipe is all about. Very simple to make. Yes, it is. It is very, very good. Agar, if anybody doesn't know what that is, it's a powder that's a thickening agent. You mix it with water, and it makes anything that you're putting it into very, very thick. Whatever you have to make with it, like Jello. This I don't need that because this is not that way. But the Jello, to make it thicken up, you have to have that in there. I've made other recipes that did other recipes, I should say, that used agar. It's a very simple powder. Not much to it. I'm not sure exactly. I can show you where. I think I've got one up here. Yeah, here we go. Here's what the agar is like. This is the agar. It's pure natural powder. You can get this off of Amazon. I got mine from Living Gin, but it's real good. You don't use much of it. Maybe a tablespoon or something to your water. You don't use very much, but it thickens. Oh, that's the one you got? Yeah. And I just keep it in the bag, and it thickens right up real fast. Without it, you can't thicken up what you need to make. And I do believe you're right, probably right, Benita. You do need it for that Jello. I just don't have the recipe up in my head right now. I think I've got it in my recipe notebook. I'd have to look it up, but it's very simple to make. You just get yourself some juice, apple juice, grape juice, or whatever you want to use, and make your own Jello. And it turned out delicious. I loved it. I'll have to make it again. I got so hungry for Jello one day that I was making it, and it turned out real good. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is, Vanita. Yeah, I believe so. I do believe, like I said, I made the Jello here a while back on Periscope. I don't remember all the ingredients that I used to make it, but I think you're right. We had agar in it. I just didn't remember that because it has to thicken up. But I think it was I don't remember what kind of juice I had. I still got the refrigerator. But you could use apple juice. You could use grape juice. Juice would be real good for a grape Jello. Like 100% grape juice or a mixture. You can do that too. But it makes real good Jello. And believe me, I ate it up. It was so freaking good. It was very, very good. So I'd have to look that up to see exactly how I made it because I want to make that again. Not here on Periscope, but make it again so I can eat it. But I like chia seed pudding, and that's why I made it again because it's simple to make, and chia seeds are so healthy for you. That's so you start making your own products, you're going to find they're a lot healthier than what you buy in the store. That's why Alexis goes and makes her own too, because she knows it's healthier than if she goes and buys them in the store. You don't want to buy things in the store. Okay, 1 cup of juice. 1 cup of water. Oh, you're probably right. Oh, okay. Okay, Vanita. I just didn't know what it was. I just didn't have it on me right offhand. That sounds about right. Yeah. Oh, you wrote it down. Good. Yeah. Well, it's on my vegan Facebook page anyway. So if I don't have something written down, I could just take my iPad or whatever, go on my vegan Facebook page, find it, and make it from there too. Because I have everything in there. But I'm trying to print out the recipes as I make them. So I have a hard copy of them. So if something happens, it gets, something happens to Facebook and it goes belly up or something. You never know. And I don't have it anymore. At least I've got the recipes written down. It's a good thing. I try to write everything down I can or print them out so I have them. Because I've got a lot of recipes. My notebook is just loaded with recipes. I'm putting more in it all the time. But if you can make stuff on your own, like Vanita's doing it now, and Erlene does, and I do, make it. And Alexis, make it yourself. At least you know what's in it. You don't have to guess, because you're aware of all the products that are in the store. If you start looking at the packaging for the ingredients, you're going to find they're going to have a long list of ingredients. And you can't pronounce the chemicals because the chemicals are something you're not familiar with. You've never heard of them before. And they've got a long composition name too, composite name, real long, a lot of letters in it. It's terrible, but that's what they do. They don't really care. The manufacturers don't care because they feel that people are going to buy it anyway because they bought it in the past. And so they're not going to pay attention to the ingredients, but you need to start looking at all the ingredients of anything that you buy. Stolen off my porch. I learned to grind with it. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry about that, Vanita. Somebody felt they needed it more than you did, I guess. Porch pirates, there you go. Yeah, you can just take yourself some quick oats or old-fashioned oats. I don't think it matters which one. And just grind them up. Grind them up yourself. Get a little coffee grinder. Now, I've got a Vitamix so I can grind mine in. It works. I have oat flour as well, too. But most of the time, I just take oats. I keep oats on hand, and I just grind them up. Because I figured it's easier that way. Yeah, it's the same thing. Exactly. It's a lot easier just to buy oats because it saves you. It saves money in a way. Just buy the oats. Oats are inexpensive anyway. Just buy you a bunch of oats. And when it calls for like a cup of oats or whatever, just take oat flour, just take a cup of oats and grind them up and you got your oat flour. It might make a little more than a cup, but at least you got your oat flour. Anyway, I do that a lot. I've made chickpea flour, the oat flour. I don't think I've ever made rice flour, but you can make that too. There's coconut flour, although I've never ever used that. I don't know if Walmart sells that or not, because I know there is such a thing as coconut flour. I saw some recipes for it on Pinterest today, coconut flour. I would probably have to investigate that and find out if Walmart does have it. But as far as that one, because I got oat flour, just make your own. Almond flour is the same thing. Oh, they do? Okay. I think you're right. I think I have seen it there. The same thing with almond flour. You can take almonds. You can grind them up and make your own flour. I would rather just take the almonds, though, and save them for a recipe if I need something, and just buy the almond flour. The almond flour isn't that expensive, so I do that too. So I have the almonds and the almond flour on hand, because if I need a recipe of almonds, I've got it. Because they are quite expensive just to grind them up into flour. Very expensive. So I try to avoid that if at all possible. Like I said, you can make like I said, rice flour, chickpea flour. That takes the dried chickpeas, not the canned, but the dried chickpeas. You make chickpea flour, because I've done that already too. A recipe a while back I made called for chickpea flour, which I'd never made before up to that point. And it was kind of different. It's really different. But there's so many things that you can do now on your own to save yourself some money. You know, it might take a little bit more time, but at least it saves you money in the long run. Yep. That's true. It can. You're right. Yes, it does, Vanita, because I have made tuna with the chickpeas. You either save the aquafaba or you drain it off, whatever. Because there are some recipes out there that use the aquafaba, which is the garbanzo bean juice. You can save it or whatever. And take the chickpeas and mash them up and make vegan tuna, because I have done that. I've done that on the Periscope already. It makes pretty, but I like the tuna that I bought at Walmart. That's Loma Linda. I really like that. Oh my! I can't believe that you learned it from me. Well, you know, that's what I'm here for, to teach other people. And if you learn something and you're able to do it, great. You know, because I want to show people that you can make your own foods. Don't buy all this processed foods, because it's harmful in the end. You know, it may not seem harmful, but it's all the chemicals they put in it to preserve it, you know, and the processing it goes through. And when you get done, it's going to make people sick. And this is a sick society as far as people getting sick, and they don't know why they're getting sick. And they're getting sick because of all the foods that they're eating. They're eating the wrong foods. And you know that's not good. They're eating all the wrong foods. They think that everything they're eating is healthy, but it's not. We all have to be very resilient, and we have to look at our ingredients very studiously when we're buying something, to make sure that we're not putting something or buying something that's going to have a harmful chemical in it, because you don't want to put that harmful chemical in your body. If you can't pronounce it, you sure don't want to put it in your body. And you look at those chemicals, you can't pronounce most of them because they're so long. I don't know what they are. I don't try try to guess what they are either. Always I know they're not very good. Wow, that's amazing, Vanita. Oh man, yeah. Stacy helped me along the way too. I started this vegan process because of Stacy. She kind of helped me along the way, watching her periscopes and that, and it got me started, you know. And then I've just rolled with it. And people are encouraged by my, recipes. I know that a lot of people in here are not vegan, and that's fine. If you don't want to be vegan, I am not going to force you to be vegan, because that's not me. I know it's good for me, but it may not be good for somebody else. They may feel that they have to stay eating their meat, and so be it if they want to do that. But for me, I found that going vegan was a lot healthier, a lot better for me, so that's why I've continued with being vegan. You just have to be studious, and you have to do everything you can to make sure that you eat properly. You know, and like I said, it wasn't always hard, because I ended up wanting to go back to it at first. I got off the meat and everything all at once. I don't really recommend you do that all at once. Get off of everything all at the same time, but I did. I got off of everything at the same time and never have gone back. Oh, maybe you slip up once in a while and you accidentally have meat that you didn't mean to have. Can slip up, But to do it intentionally, no, I don't do it. So I try to avoid it as much as possible. I make sure I don't have meat in the foods I buy. You know, anything that's got meat in it, put it back. You know, I don't bother getting it. You know, because I'm on this journey and I want to stay on it. You know, I want to stay healthy. I don't want to be sick. You know, and I've been a lot healthier now since I've been vegan than before. You know, of course you get colds and you get headaches. That's common with anybody. But I feel a lot better. I don't get sick like I did. You know, I feel so much better, able to do things better. You know, I try to live a healthy lifestyle, but I don't go outside when it's real hot and do things out there. You know, I do need to get outside today, probably sometime, but I don't get out there if it's real hot. I kind of stay in the house. Hi, John. Good to see you. Welcome. Here's my. It's trying to set up now. My carob chia or peanut butter chia pudding. As you can see, it's trying to set up right now, even before that being in the refrigerator. It's a real good pudding. It's got a good flavor to it. It's got a carob in it, and it's got peanut butter. I'll give you the. Oh, I know. Oh man, yeah. You don't need that medicine. Absolutely not. That's to give you more energy. The doctor says you need medicine. No, you don't. Because, you know, eating healthy and being vegan, that's your medicine. Because it you know, and I'm not saying it can, but it's possible that a diabetic, if they would go vegan, they might reverse their diabetes. Now, I'm not saying, and I'm not a doctor, so I cannot say for 100% sure, but it's possible. It's possible that it could reverse diabetes. It could reverse a lot of things. That's wonderful. He took you off the medication because he felt you didn't need it anymore. These doctors will push that medication on you because that's where they make their money. They get kickbacks from all the prescriptions that they write. You know, they get some, I guess, revenue or something from the drug companies. And they probably get a lot too. So that's why they push it. And I don't know about you, but I've gone to the doctor enough that he'll write you a prescription or something. You take the prescription. Of course, I won't get prescriptions now in your life. This is before I started this, but they write a prescription and it looked like chicken scratching to me. And I'm wondering, how in the world is this pharmacist going to read what this is? I can't read it. Bunch of chicken scratching. They sign their name and a bunch of chicken scratching, you know, but they've got all the money from me they're going to get. They're not getting any more money from me ever because I don't need them. I don't want them. And I'm going to avoid going to them as much as possible because they're only there for one thing. And that is to keep you sick. They say they want to get you healthy, but they know if they get you healthy that you're not going to come back. So that's why they want to keep you sick. They can, what you, I didn't, I'm going to go back and scroll and see what you're saying. I'm not doctor either, but doctors going vegan also say it can reverse most diabetes after 90. Oh, so I was right. That's what I figured. It made sense to me, you know, that it would reverse it. That's awesome, you know. And people, if they would only realize that going vegan is a lot healthier than staying on their meat. Oh, electronically now. They don't write prescriptions anymore. Yeah. Because they can't read them. They're so full of chicken scratching. But like I said, the doctors are not getting anything from me as far as money for drugs. I refuse to give them any money for drugs. I will not do it because I don't feel that I need to take drugs. They're not necessary. I don't need them. I don't want them, you know. Because you go to the doctor, okay, you say you got the flu or you got a cold. He'll try to write your prescription or he's going to tell you what we already know. Just get a lot of rest and drink plenty of water. I don't need a doctor to tell me that, to get plenty of rest and drink plenty of water. I don't need to go to the doctor and pay whatever their office fee is, which is exorbitant anymore, for them to tell me to get a lot of rest and drink a lot of water. What the heck? I don't need that at all. So, you know, you could be your own doctor. It's like my ex-husband said. He says, my body is my body. He says, it's not the doctor's. And I tell the doctor, this is my body. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to put in my body. You're not going to tell me. See, they try to tell us what's good for us. but they're not always right. There are so many doctors that prescribe the wrong thing, or they didn't diagnose the patient properly, and they ended up getting real sick, and they couldn't figure out why. If somebody says you've got something or something, it's best to get another opinion, a second opinion, because some of these doctors, I think they're so money hungry that they're going to say just anything they can to get you in the hospital or get you taking prescription drugs, and they could care less. Feed you all these prescription drugs and hoping that you're not going to get a second opinion. And if they don't allow you to get a second opinion, they're wrong, because you always should always go get a second opinion and tell them, I'm not going to settle for what you told me, because there's got to be something better out there. And there always is. But if you start doing what you need to do, my daughter's son, my oldest grandson, he still eats meat, but his fiance is a pescatarian. So when they come to her house, she has to feed him accordingly. That's a little hard when you got one person that's a pescatarian and everybody else is meat eaters. So she has to know what she can eat and what she can't eat. So if she has to feed her, do accordingly. She can only eat certain things. She's the one that cannot have anything with carrageenan in it. So therefore, my daughter has to be careful that she doesn't buy anything with carrageenan. So she has to look at all the ingredients on the packaging to make sure there's no carrageenan in it, because there's so many things. Even I saw some on Amazon, supposedly supposed to be vegan now, and I looked at the ingredients on it because I wanted to see what it had in it, if I was going to order it or not. I looked at the ingredients and it said carrageenan. I said, nope, I can't buy it. Can't buy that with carrageenan in it. And a lot of that stuff with Follow Your Heart has the carrageenan in it, which is crazy. And it's vegan, but yet they put carrageenan in it. They bring their own. Yeah, they bring their own food. I think you have to supply some, though, don't you? But it's nice that they bring their own food, because it's hard. It's hard when you got one person that eats a little bit differently than everybody else. I didn't really know what pescatarian was, but I'm beginning to find out what it is now. It's just dinner for Sunday. So, but anyway, there's nothing wrong with becoming vegan or vegetarian or starting to have a healthy lifestyle, because everybody's going to realize that they're going to feel so much better. And anybody that's got diabetes, like I said, it could reverse their diabetes by going vegan. It makes a lot of sense. And why would you want to stay diabetic if you can reverse it? Oh, she just eats fish. Oh, I'm just talking about, it's my grandson's fiance. I suppose it does. I suppose it does. Yeah. Well, it's my grandson's fiance. They're coming to visit for the next few days. They're coming in tonight, and she's a pescatarian, but he's a meat eater. So she has to eat accordingly, because she only eats certain foods. So it's kind of odd. There are a few pescatarians out there. It is strange, but people think I'm strange too, because I don't eat any of it. But that's such as life. I'm not going to condemn her for that, because she eats what she eats, and and chicken. Oh, chicken. Okay, and chicken too. I wondered. I don't either. I'm a pescatarian. Only eat certain foods. Oh, but not sure. Oh, not sure. I think pescatarians only eat fish or white meat. Is that what a pescatarian is? Only eat fish? I think that's what a pescatarian is. They only eat white meat. They don't eat pork. They don't eat beef. She could probably have chicken and turkey, because they're white meat, and fish. That's basically, I think, what a pescatarian. You could have to look it up. You would have to Google it or look in the dictionary. It would tell you. There's a lot of them out there. It's starting to take a hold now, I think, pescatarians, because I never heard that term until recently about pescatarian. I thought, pescatarian, what is that? But yeah, I know it's a new type of. Oh, they only eat fish. Okay, that's what Vanita says. Pescatarians only eat fish. So there you go. But like I say, like that one co-worker of Alexis's, she is, that one co-worker of Alexis's is allergic to chicken. So she can't eat anything with chicken in it. Can you imagine that? She's allergic to chicken. She can have everything else but chicken. She can have turkey, she can have beef, but she can't have chicken. I've never heard of being allergic to chicken, but it's possible. I mean, you know, that's really strange, but you know. Oh yeah, carrageenan is something. Oh, that's right. My grandson's fiance is allergic to carrageenan. Carrageenan is not good for your immune system anyway. People should take that and start looking that up. If you see carrageenan in anything that you buy, don't buy it. Put it back on the shelf, because carrageenan is, I think it upsets your immune system from what I understand. Because Philip did one on, Philip the Overcomer did a periscope on carrageenan quite a while ago, a couple years ago. And I think he said something about it affects your immune system. And I had never heard of it until he had done that periscope. And then I started getting rid of all things with carrageenan that I could find. Because I didn't know what carrageenan was. And I thought, oh, this be okay. But once I heard that, because he had done his research, he found out what carrageenan is. So it's not very good. So nobody should really have anything with carrageenan in it. My daughter's getting a little bit better. She's starting to look at the ingredient list on her packaging now and realizing that some of the stuff she's been eating doesn't have very good things in it. It doesn't. The manufacturers don't care. They just want you to buy it. They're out for the money. That's all they're out for, the money. If they figure if you're going to buy it, you're going to eat it, and you're not going to worry about it. And people don't, unfortunately. You know, that's just the way it is. But you've got to be studious and diligent, and you've got to look at your ingredient list to make sure that you aren't putting anything in your body that's going to harm you, like the carrageenan. Carrageenan is terrible, you know. I know about that, but there's other chemicals I don't know anything about. Well, we know what propylene glycol is. It's probably not much in the ice cream, not much in the stuff, but still, a little bit is too much as far as I'm concerned when it comes to propylene glycol, because you can get poisoned from that stuff eventually, you know. So you got to be real careful and make sure that you always look at everything that you're buying, the ingredient list. I know it's time consuming. It takes time away from what you're doing to do your shopping, but it's well worth it in the end to know what you are buying and what you're putting in your body so that you don't harm your body, you know, because you don't want to do that, because I don't want anybody getting sick on something that they may have put in their body from the chemicals that are in these products, because there's way too many chemicals in the products. What is propylene glycol? Antifreeze. That's what propylene glycol is. It's antifreeze. That's what's in antifreeze. And I've seen that on the ice cream containers. When I was buying ice cream, the first thing that jumped out at me was propylene glycol. And that's after I realized I could make my own ice cream and I shouldn't be eating ice cream because of all the stuff in there. And when I realized I had propylene glycol in it, I says, no way, Yep, antifreeze. So be careful. Make your own ice cream. The ice cream that I made the other day, I've got to have yep, yeah, I know. Yeah, and it's terrible, isn't it? It's in a lot of healthcare products. It's ridiculous. That propylene glycol, it's a poison over time, because you've heard of husbands or wives trying to poison their spouse with propylene glycol, because I guess it's so sweet when they drink it, maybe an orange juice or whatever, that they don't know they're drinking it. So eventually they get poisoned and they die. So it's a slow, painful death, but they do die. So I don't want to put something in my body that I know I can't have. Yeah, I hope it's not. I hope you're right, dear. I don't think it is, but you'll have to look. Oh, you know, I think we probably all should, Vanita, start looking into healthcare products and make sure we don't put it's not in there too. You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, I don't use makeup either, but any of our healthcare products or shampoo and stuff, we got to make sure the propylene glycol isn't in there. Our laundry detergent, because they're putting it in so many things now. We got to make sure. You wouldn't think it'd be in that stuff, but you never know. So we got to really make sure. You know, it's terrible to put that in ice cream like that. Oh my gosh. Oh. It's in, oh, you're kidding me. It's in shampoos and conditioners. Oh no. Oh no. You've got to be kidding me. Oh man. I sure did not know that. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to start changing my shampoo or make my own. Oh, my goodness. Ha! I guess I'll have to learn how to make my own shampoo. Do like Stacy does. She makes her own body wash or shampoo or hair wash and washes her hair with hair wash instead of shampoo. So she knows what's in it because of the stuff they put in the shampoo. Man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, Vanita. That's why she makes her own, because of all the stuff that's in the shampoo. Oh, my goodness. Boy, I didn't realize that. I guess I'm going to have to be more diligent, too. And I never looked at the shampoo bottle. I don't, I figured, well, it's not going in my body as far as feeding it by my mouth. It's just going on my hair, but I really don't want it on my hair either. Oh, my goodness. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm going to have to start being more studious and looking at that. Try to figure out how to make my own hair wash or shampoo or something. There's got to be a way out there to do that. Ew, somebody said they love Jack. They love antifreeze and drink it over Jack. Oh, you are a nutcase if you do that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and I don't talk about Jack Daniels in here because I don't drink alcohol. This is not an alcohol scope. So, I hope you're joking because, oh, my goodness. Ugh, man, that would be awful. Antifreeze is horrible, It's terrible. Like I said, it's a painful, slow death, and you don't want it. Even just a little bit, you don't want it. I certainly don't. You're right. Exactly. We're walking time bombs. Exactly. Is it in your shampoo, sweetie? Because, they've made us walking time bombs. We're ready to explode. Kaboom! Because we got so darn many things in our bodies that we shouldn't have. Kaboom! That's why I went vegan. Because of all the crazy things that are in the foods that we buy. It's horrible. The foods that we buy have got so many ingredients in it that I just don't. Oh, good, not yet. Oh, good. We just got to be so careful, so very, very careful. A while back I made my own toothpaste. You can make your own toothpaste too. There's a way to make your own. And there's one I follow on here that makes her own soap. You haven't checked. What is carrageenan? It's a bad chemical. I think it's rough on your immune system. Now I have to go research it out for sure, but I think that's what Philip the Overcomer said a while back when he did a Periscope on it, that it's rough on your immune system. You really don't want to eat anything with carrageenan in it. And they're putting carrageenan in a lot of things now. Hi, Chris. Here's my carob peanut butter. It's actually, I use carob instead of chocolate. Carob peanut butter chia pudding. It's starting to set up now, as you can see, sitting out here. Good to see you. It probably does. Yeah. Carrageenan. Yeah, carrageenan is not very good, so you have to be very careful. I'm doing great. How are you? Thanks for coming in. I like making my own foods. Since I'm a vegan, I like making my own foods. And I use carob instead of chocolate. This is what I use. I get this at Amazon. It's all natural. It's non-GMO. I use it. It's much better. It's got its own natural sweetener. You don't have to use sugar with it, although some of your things you make do call for sugar. But this doesn't have any sugar in it, and it's really good. I've got maple agave nectar is what I've used for the sweetener. So, but anybody that just came in, I'll tell you what this pudding has in it. It's a cup of dairy-free milk, which I use the unsweetened almond milk. A third cup of chia seeds. 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and I use carob. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I use the non-alcoholic vanilla. 2 tablespoons of peanut butter or almond butter. If anybody's paleo, use almond butter. And then 1 to 2 tablespoons of sweetener of your choice, which is maple syrup, honey, agave, or whatever. So I used agave nectar because I like agave nectar. So I use that. So this is it's starting to set up already, but it doesn't look good. This will be my breakfast in the morning. That's a real good breakfast. I'll have to cover it and put it in the refrigerator overnight, and it'll set up a little bit more. But it's a real good pudding. It really is. I've made chocolate pudding before, but I've never made anything with peanut butter in it because I've already tried this. Oh, it's silicone free. Good, sweetie. That's good. It doesn't have that nasty stuff in it. That's good. That's what you want. Oh, so now you know that you can buy that. But you know, if you start changing shampoos, then you got to make sure that the shampoo that you're buying doesn't have that in it. You know, I try to buy like a natural shampoo. I try to buy. I think the one I have has got coconut oil in it. The shampoo I'm using has got coconut oil in it. I think it's coconut oil shampoo or something, because you can get them at Walmart. They're quite expensive, but I try to get the ones that are all natural. That's what I try to do. And my body wash the same too. That's kind of hard to do, but it's best to do it that way. If you can buy it, you know, it takes a little time to look for it, but I'm very determined that I'm going to be natural if I can. So I try to get the natural body wash and try to get the natural shampoo. Even my deodorant is natural. It's Tom's. The toothpaste, I don't know why they put carrageenan in their toothpaste. Tom's toothpaste, so I don't use that one. But I use the toothpaste I am using right now has charcoal in it. It can be very strong if you put too much of that, because the toothpaste is black, but it does a real good job of cleaning your teeth. And that's a quite expensive toothpaste, but it's called Hello, I think is the name of it. And I use it because of the charcoal in it. And I like the toothpaste, and I'll keep buying it. I just have to be careful how much of it I use, because it can be quite strong. You know, you have to rinse your mouth real good because your teeth end up being black. But boy, does it do a good job of cleaning them. It really does. So I try to do natural that way. So I guess I'm going to have to start making sure that I get the body wash natural now, you know, and everything else, you know, because like somebody said, we're walking time bombs. We certainly are. Put stuff goes in our body and kaboom, we're going to explode. You know, but it's not our fault. It's the manufacturer's fault for putting all that stuff in there, and people just don't really realize that they shouldn't be eating that kind of stuff and using that kind of stuff. But I think that more people are getting a little aware of it now, and I think that's why Walmart has gotten organic foods and getting plant-based foods now, because they know there's people out there that are vegans, that are plant-based, and we want plant-based foods. So now they're starting to cater to us, which I think is good. You know, like I said, I don't buy all organic by any means, because all organic is expensive. Oh, lip glosses. Oh my God, leftover fats, parts, the companies. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't use lip gloss at all. You know, I don't use that. I always wondered why, like, your lip gloss looked like wax and stuff, you know, and felt like wax that you put on your lips. Now I know. So, you know, I'll just have to avoid in the wintertime licking my lips, because for chapped lips I put stuff on sometimes to avoid the chapped lips. But boy, if it's going to have that stuff on there, forget it. I'm going to leave it off. I'm not going to put it in my, But, you know, well, we're all ticking time bombs, but we all can do a little bit better. We have to beat the manufacturer at their own game. They're all out for money, but they're not going to get my money like that, because I'm not going to invest in stuff that's harmful. We can't. We have to be very careful. We have to pay attention to what we're putting in our bodies and make sure that we check all the ingredients. Even if it does take a little time, don't worry about it. Just look at the ingredients. If it has way too many ingredients and nothing that you want, then just put it back on the shelf and say, I'm not buying this because I don't need it. You know, try to buy organic if you can, although organic can be expensive. I do buy organic pickles sometimes. I do buy organic zucchini and peppers, but they can be cost prohibitive, so you got to be real careful on that. You know, I buy it when I can, and when I can't, then I don't worry about it. But I know we can all do a little bit better and eat a little bit better if we really put our minds to it. But I'm not going to make anybody do what I do, go vegan, because that's not my point. My point is we need to start checking everything that we have on the store shelves that we're buying, to make sure that we're not putting a chemical in our body that will hurt us. Because if it hurts you, I don't know what it can do to you, you know. So we got to be real careful. I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go now, because I got a few dishes I have to wash, and I want to get outside and do some weeds out there in the backyard. But I thank everybody for coming in. I thank you for the super hearts. I thank you for all the regular hearts as well. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, you too. Yes, those poor animals. It's terrible. I know. It's terrible. I used to live in Indiana, and there was a place that we went down Highway 30, and it was a place for animals, and that stunk so bad. You could have your car windows rolled up and you could still smell it. It was awful. It was just, because that's where they dump dead carcasses. Oh man, just the stench of it was enough. Should have turned me off of meat right then and there, but it didn't. But I wouldn't smell it now. I'd probably gag for sure. But anyway, I'm gonna go for now. And I hope you all have a great and marvelous night. And until we meet again, take care. I'm gonna make this my screenshot. Take care. God bless, and bye bye.